What's going on, guys? It's Aiden25 here, and welcome back to another episode of Gran Turismo 7. In the last episode, we completed a menu book, but got stuck on another one. As you see, we have the Neoclassical Challenge menu book here, but we definitely need a different race car. We're basically going to need... I'm looking for either the Mazda 787B or the Jaguar. Can't remember the numbers for it. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but I'm assuming that this showroom here, the Legend cars, is gonna be where they are, but does not look like they have one again today. Oh, wait, actually, hold on a minute. Unless that's too old. Is it too old? I can't afford it anyway, though, can I? And it's too old anyway. Never mind. I was gonna buy this Ford Mark IV. But, yeah, can't afford it. So, we're going to start things off by spinning these 2 roulette tickets that we got in the last episode. I might check up to... I doubt that I'll get a race car at the regular used car showroom, but, I mean, I'll try it out anyway. Because, I mean, you never know if you don't try, right? Oh, I really wanted that GTR. This works, though, I guess. I think I already had this, though. I like this color better than the one that I think I have, though. But that's if I have one. I might not. I think I do, though. Oh, it doesn't matter. Is that a BMW? Yes, it is. Oh, I would have liked that Beamer race car, too. I will take the money, though, for sure, because as you see, we are a little bit broke. Okay, so I'm gonna run up here really quick and see if potentially... I doubt it, though, because, I mean, why would a race car be in here? I'm so not expecting it to be, but you never know. Yeah, okay, I didn't think so. Now, how often do these refresh? Is it once a day? Because I actually don't know. Doesn't say anywhere on here either, does it? No, okay. Maybe we'll check back at the end of the episode too. Because I think we already looked in Brand Central and they were not there. If I'm correct. Yeah. What's the invitation for? I wonder if that's, maybe, is that an older car? Oh, it's actually in the showroom. Got it. Oh, it's for that. Okay, yeah, don't care. Yeah, okay. So we're going to have to put a pin in this menu book as well. Although, I might be able to do the GR1 menu book now. I'll activate it, and then I'll see what types of cars that I need. And, see if we can buy one, because we got over 1 million now, right? So, okay, cool. So let's just go see what we can get our hands on as far as this is concerned, potentially, and then see if we can go buy one. Because I'm assuming that they'll only be about 1 million themselves. That's so awesome that we'll be driving these around the Daytona Road Course, just like the Rolex 24. That's so sick. Okay. So the Toyota Audi... Oh, I actually think I have that Audi, don't I? Is that it? No, it's Dodge. Can I use that? No, wait, performance points is too high. Oh, I didn't mean to just switch to it, but... Oh, that's the electric one. That's the one that sucks. Hold on. I don't want that one. Hold on. I thought I had this sorted by category. we do. It's only 700 horsepower, though. I feel like that won't be fast enough. What do you guys think? Something tells me it ain't gonna be fast enough. I'm gonna go look and see if I can buy that Toyota, though. I think the Toyota is gonna be the one that I want. Because that kind of looks like it's probably a different one, because it's probably not the hybrid. But it looks like the one that Toyota ran in the 24 Hours of Le Mans this year that I watched. Which was really cool. Yeah. That's the one I want right there. Oh, yeah, no, maybe it is. Okay. Oh, it's $3 million, though, so we can't afford it. Okay. Well, that's fine. I guess we'll grab ourselves another new menu book and come back to that one. Well, I guess we could... I mean, I guess I could try... No, I don't want to waste my time if I'm going to be outclassed. So let's go to the Historic Sports Cars Master, maybe? Hopefully we can do this one. Okay, let's see. What do we got to do here? Okay, so we need an old school Lambo, an old school Porsche, or an old school Ferrari. I think I have one of each of those in my garage, potentially. Let's go see. Alright, let's see. Oh, it doesn't have to be. It's just got to be any car from that era. I'll bet it up then. Okay. Oh, I mean, I think we all know what I'm going to use. Right? I mean, I got to use my Corvette. I'll probably need to spruce it up, though. I probably will. Let me get some sports swaps. I probably will need to boost the power on it, though, for sure. Even though I'm not going to be able to boost it by much. But, alright, let's see how we do. If I end up not being fast enough, this will probably be cut out. And then I'll meet you guys at the Brand Central. Not the Brand Central. The Tune Shop. And I'll put some more power into this thing. But that's only going to be for now if we don't end up being fast enough. Alright guys, so I ended up finishing third. You guys aren't going to see the race, obviously, because I finished third. So I want to go put a 5-speed trans into this, because I think if I look at what the other tracks are, especially with one of them being the Nürburgring, I don't know if it's the full one or not, but regardless, and even with Spa, I'm gonna want a 5th gear for this, and I'm also gonna want to increase my horsepower just a little bit, because the first 2 cars were 2 Lambo Countaches, so okay, so I can go up to 580. I'm going to have to remember that. So we're going to do that really quick, and then we're going to give this another go. I'm hoping that giving it a 5-speed trans won't increase the performance points, but it very well might. Okay, does this... Oh, it does increase the performance points. Does this add on a 5th gear? Does it say? Okay, I'm going to buy it anyway. Hopefully it does. Okay. Now we work on the power. So I can go up to 580, right? Actually, no. Can I just... Oh, I can put a turbocharger in it. Oh, yeah. I think that might be the play, guys. I think I'll just do that. Just slap a supercharger on it. That might be too much power, though. For this thing. Let me do that. Low end supercharger. That's a lot of power. Oh, so I can't put a turbocharger and I can only put a supercharger in it. Interesting. And one other thing that I've noticed about this game is they don't have naturally aspirated packs like they use, or like tuning kits like they used to back in the day. Like back in back in Gran Turismo, like 3, 4, and 5, you could put in naturally aspirated kits for naturally aspirated cars. But I guess they didn't bring that back. Not a big deal, you know. So I mean, I don't. Maybe I'll just put this in the low end supercharger. Because that also gives me more wiggle room to increase the performance points later if I feel the need to. And I really hope that racing trans gives me a 5th gear. I wonder if there's a way I can play around with that. Because, yes, it does. Perfect. So I think that'll help out a lot. Alright, let's go give this another go. Fingers crossed we got it figured out, guys. I think that'll be good, though, because, I mean, in all actuality, I mean, it did take to the 5th lap, but if I got that close to 2 Lambo Countachs, you know, and I was only a second and a half out on the last lap with what I had before, and I've almost theoretically doubled my horsepower now. I think we'll be golden. Although, having said that, I thought that getting that 5th gear would fix my top end speed, but I guess not. It unless maybe you can't change that no matter how many gears you have. See, because now my naiveness, I'll say, and my inexperience is going to show. Because I don't really know much about tuning cars in this game. I never have. That's like really where my inexperience with the game comes out. Is when it comes to the tuning and stuff like that. Because I'm really confused why I'm staying pretty much in 4th gear with this new transmission. I feel like my ratios should be spread out a little bit more. But I did buy the fully customizable trans, so we could play around with that and try and get that figured out. But the power, I think, was definitely the right call. That getting that low-end supercharger, I think we'll be fine. Because right now I'm basically the same distance behind that I was like on lap 4 before. So, I need some racing tires now, though. With all this extra power, I might need to put some racing slicks on. But that's cool. Yeah, 'cause I think I might catch them on this next lap. I just love this Corvette, guys. Like, I really want one of these one day. Like, I really do. Definitely one of my dream cars is to own one of these Corvettes. The year doesn't necessarily matter to me. Like, I'll be okay with the 69. I'll be okay with the 71, 68, you know, whatever. I just want this one in particular. That's a tricky little chicane right there, I must say. I mean, look at this. Just put a supercharger in it, then you're dueling with Lamborghinis. Like, oh yeah, I think I'm gonna put the racing slicks on. I think that might put the performance points too high, though. I think if I put the racing slicks on, but I might still do that regardless. We are. So you guys can hang out with me for the rest of this lap, and then I'll cut out the last 2. And cut back with you. Oh, look at that Lambo get all fishy too. that mid-engine for you. I like the Countach though, I must say. They are really beautiful vehicles. Alright, cool. Yeah, so like I said, I'll catch you guys, I'll let you guys, I guess I could have made the cut there, but I'll let you guys finish this lap with me, and then I'll make a cut and we'll catch you guys at the end of the race. Now we might have to play around with the gear ratios because I think honestly they were gaining on me, but I'll catch you guys in 1 second. Alright guys, we're back. Just getting it all wrapped up here. Boom. So we won that one. So I think I am gonna most likely have to play around with the gear ratios, I think, and maybe try and stretch them out a little bit and see if that will end up giving me more like a higher top end, because I don't think maxing out at 140 miles an hour like at tracks like the Nürburgring or Spa is gonna cut it against these guys. So let's go give it a go. I also want to buy a set of racing tires for this, but at the same time I think it'll put my performance points too high, so I don't want to waste the money. But let me go into my car settings here and see if I can flit about with it. Top speed 220. No, it's not. I was topping out at like 140, wasn't I, guys? I wasn't I? You see now is where you lose me. This right here is where you lose me. Not even gonna lie to you guys. Okay, so my top speed's not 220. I was maxing out like 140. Yeah, so let me put it to 270. And then I'll put that to like there. Right? Okay. I should have taken a picture of that. Hold on. let me write down what this was, because my memory is terrible. Okay, wait, so 220, right? 220 was the original. And then that was 3.360, right? Because I think we brought it up by 2. Yeah, okay. So let's try this now. Something tells me though that... Oh, is it raining? Hold up. Well, I guess that don't matter. I don't need rain tires, do I? Because I got sports on. Okay, it's not raining. And I got sports on anyway, so they got treads. At least they're not racing slicks. I made that mistake once. Well, it wasn't my fault, to be fair, but... Something tells me that did not help at all. Maybe it did. I don't know, maybe it did. Actually, I think it did. A little bit. Oh, shoot. Okay. I forgot what turn this was. It's been a while since I've raced at Spa, so I actually kind of forgot how this works. Alright, I think that we did do something good, though, with this gear ratio switching, potentially. So that's a plus, right? Is that a Lancia Stratus? It is. That's nice. Oh, a little bit Yeah, I think we did something right. Look at me figuring something out. I'm proud of myself. And you guys got to see me do that on camera. That's even more amazing. Because nobody would have believed me if I did that off screen. That is honestly though for real like where one of my weak points when it comes to this game. It always has been. I mean, I never used to do it back in the day, which might be why it's always been one of my weak points. But I also somewhat never needed to. 'Cause, I mean, you know, like the games back in the day were easier. I mean, let's be completely honest and transparent, right? Like Gran Turismo 3. I mean, granted, I've never completed like 100% either of those two games, but that's I was younger, for one, and also for two, just purely based off of time. I just never had the time to be able to. But like. In terms of like authenticness, and I'm not bashing the original games in any way, shape, or form. I mean, Gran Turismo has and always will be the original driving simulator. And the realistic driving simulator. Like, that's just a straight up fact. Like, you can't disagree with that. But, you know, technology, you gotta think, like, Gran Turismo 3 was out early 2000s. You know, like 2004, 2005, whatever. And then, you know, Gran Turismo 5 was out 2010. You know, like, technology was a lot more limited back then than it is nowadays, you know? So, of course, things aren't going to be, like, as realistic and legit as they are, like, in this game. But, like, obviously, like, the options were still available there to you to, you know, adjust your brake balance or adjust your trans, you know, your gear ratios, your RPMs, all that sort of jazz, you know. That was an option available to you, for sure. But at least for somebody like me who was way more casual back then, I mean, I'm still casual now, but, like, back then I didn't even know what an esports circuit was, let alone have an interest in maybe doing it myself one day. Not that I'm saying I think I can now, but I think I could at the same time. Especially if I got time to practice and, like, maybe a coach or whatever, I think I could do it. And I'd have so much fun. I already know that because I love this game and I love racing. But, anyway, it's neither here nor there. But, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't really mess around with it that much back then to know about it. And even on the mechanics side of cars, I don't know that very well either to know anything about this. So the fact that I just did this right now, like, and it's working, I'm kind of proud of myself. I mean, I didn't do much, granted, but, you know, it still did something, and it worked. But seriously though, like, genuinely seriously speaking, if you guys do have tips for, like, if you guys, because I'm sure you guys are way better than me at this game, almost hands down, I can almost guarantee it. If you want to leave me some tips about like what to tune in cars and, like, how to tune certain things in cars, please feel free to let me know in the comments about anything related to that. I would so be down to learn more about this game. Like, I'm definitely down to learn more about this game for sure, because it is, oh god, I so gave up on braking for this. Oops. I so just gave up on braking for this. How do I still have the lead? That's insane. But alright, I'll catch you guys when this last lap's over. Alright guys, all done there. But yeah, like, as I was saying though, before I missed that chicane, definitely feel free in the comments down below to, like, let me know if you guys have any tips or anything like that on, like, tuning cars and stuff like that in this game that might, you know, help me get better at it, you know, because I'm definitely down to learn that sort of stuff, because I think, you know, the more that I can learn about this game, the better, you know. But alright. Well, I know I need to cut out about 8 minutes of this, but something tells me that I'm not going to get through the Nürburgring in 8 minutes. Well, actually, you know what? Screw it. We will. We'll try and finish this menu book off. Hopefully it's not the full track, though. It is. It's only one lap, though, so that's okay. Alright. Let's hop into this. I mean, I guess if it's a little bit longer, it's okay, right? It's not that big of a deal if it's a few minutes longer, right? At least it's not the 24-hour one with the Grand Prix course tapped into it, because like we all know how much I hate the Grand Prix bit. I really do not like the Grand Prix course on the Nürburgring, I must say. I mean, in general, I'm not a huge fan of the Nürburgring. Okay, so this is how I feel about the Nürburgring. I love the Nürburgring. Phenomenal track. And everything else that's related to it is just incredible, but sometimes, not always, but sometimes I hate racing on it. Especially back in the day. Back in the day, because I want to say Gran Turismo 4 was the first game that this track was introduced on. I might be wrong there, but I want to say that it was Gran Turismo 4. And back in the day, I used to have the B-Spec driver do the Nürburgring whenever, like, it was a race that I needed to do. Like, almost every time I used to have the B-Spec driver do it. Because in Gran Turismo 4, they introduced B-Spec. I don't know what the difference between A-Spec and B-Spec means in terms of Gran Turismo. Like, why they named it what they did. I just know that it means that the A-Spec is you driving the car and the B-Spec is the AI driving the car. And then they evolved it even more, actually, in 5. For those of you that can play 5, I should say, because obviously I'm not downing anybody's intelligence if you have played 5. But for those of you that haven't played 5, they changed the B-Spec even more to where it actually was its own separate, like, category in race series, if you will. Which I had a lot of fun with that, and like you got to like actually like create a driver and like, you know, give them like they leveled up and had experience as well, and like, you know, the more race time that they got, you know, obviously the more experience that they got and the better they got, you know, the better. And then they had like, you know, they had stats and stuff too, like they had stamina, endurance, overall skill, you know, that sort of jazz, and obviously all that increased as they, you know, and got more as they got more experience. I don't know if I touched that back of that Lambo and that's why it got so squirrely or not, or if it's just because it's a Countach. I do know that is one downside of the Countach, at least in the games, is the handling is kind of iffy. That was quick and easy, actually. We got through like about a quarter of the lap and we're in the lead. Definitely was a good call putting that supercharger in here. But now I'm wondering if we didn't have to put the supercharger in it, but oh well. It's not like this will be the only time I use this Corvette, so, because it's my Corvette, I'll put money into my Corvettes. I'll always put money into my Corvettes, I don't care. But, anyways, but yeah, I used to not like driving this back in the day when I was a kid back then in Gran Turismo 4, right? So I used to just have the B-Spec driver do it. It was way different back then though, like, so in 5 you kind of got to like, you were like the crew chief almost in a way, or the car chief, the engineer, whatever you want to call it. And in 4, it was just you selected a number on a scale of 1 to 5, and that would be like kind of how aggressive your driver was. 5 was the most aggressive, but it also meant he'd drive like an idiot. So like, you know, he'd go into a brake zone and like he'd only brake for like half of it, and then think that he could carry like, you know, 150 miles an hour down like, or well, probably not 150, but he'd think he could take like, you know, 80 miles an hour into a turn that he definitely should be only going like 50, like, you know. And then like I always used to run my drivers in B-Spec on Gran Turismo 4 at the I just gave up on I just didn't even bother turning there. That's crazy. On the 4 level, because it was still pretty aggressive, but like he wasn't an idiot, you know. And like usually once I'd get the lead, and if I got a big enough lead, I would dial it back down to 3, because that's obviously the most balanced one, and it was so that he would make sure he'd hit his marks good, but still not be driving, like, accelerating so slowly, and it, like, you know, he'd still be on his gas pedal pretty much. Oh God. Oopsie. I don't even know how that just happened, to be honest. It's like, I must have just had a minor lapse of my judgment. I'm trying to find a good place to make a cut to be able to get through the rest of this race without having to just only cut the straightaway, but I don't think I'm going to be able to find one. It's okay though. I mean, like I said, I got time that I have to cut out from that first attempt at Goodwood, so because that is going to be cut out of the race or out of the episode. You guys aren't going to see that. So I guess if I leave this all in, it's fine, because then you guys still get pretty much almost a 30-minute video, just in case it might not be otherwise. And if it's a little bit longer, that's okay too. I don't think you guys mind getting longer videos every once in a while. But obviously I'll cut the straightaway at least, and then like the last couple turns of the race, and if I can get one in sooner than that, I will. We definitely got this vet tuned up good though. I mean, we are obliterating the field right now. 19-second lead, that's insane. This old girl still got it. And again, I don't know if you guys have gone to see Gran Turismo yet, but oh my God, that movie was so good. You guys need to go see that. Like, especially if you're watching this game. Like, if you're watching me play this game, like, that obviously means you like Gran Turismo and like racing. Like, you absolutely need to go see that movie. It was so good. Like, it was absolutely phenomenal. Like, there were a couple things that I thought about afterwards. Oh, well, hold on. I'll tell you guys this after we're done. So I'll catch you guys after the race. All right, there we go. And we're done. But yeah, like I was saying, there was a couple things that I, like, air quotes didn't like about it, but, like, there's such minor things that only I would complain about. Like, I'm not even knocking the movie for it. Like, it's still a 10 out of 10 to me. But, like, you know, because obviously it was about Jan Martin. Oh gosh, I'm gonna butcher his last name. I'll just call him Jan. It was about Jan's journey to become, you know, to go from racing Gran Turismo to going through the GT Academy with Nissan to racing for Team Nissan and everything, and doing all that he did in his career. Well, not in his career, but you know. And I'm obviously not spoiling nothing. I'm just telling you guys about, you know, stuff that does not matter. So this is obviously back in the day, right? So this is, I think it was, I want to say that the GT Academy was created with Gran Turismo 5, and the timeline that all this events in the movie was going on. Because me and my brother looked it up when we got back from watching the movie. Let's go get a reward and then spin both of the roulette tickets while I'm talking here. Thank you. Because we looked up a couple things afterwards. Because I knew that, I had a feeling anyway that that's what the timeline was about Gran Turismo 5's timeline, but I didn't know for sure. So my brother looked it up and we found out that it was. Because the penultimate race at the end of the movie was in 2013. Obviously, you know, the movie's not, you know, directly to scale day by day. Like, you know, months and weeks and even years are cut out of it, but, like, no duh, right? That obviously just logically makes sense. But 2013 anyway, so, you know, that was, I think Gran Turismo 6 was out then, but, you know, like, still 5, 6, you know? So one minor gripe that I had, and again, this is just something only I would complain about, they were using Gran Turismo 7 for, like, the gaming shots that the game used. Like, because obviously, it's going to show him playing the game, right? So they used Gran Turismo 7. I mean, I guess that makes sense because it is the game that's out right now, but whatever. And this is a minor gripe too, but I think actually it is okay because I think that was the body style that they were using back then. Like in that 2010 2013 time span, but the Nissan GTR that they drive at the GT Academy and what Jan ends up driving to start his racing career is the new body style. But I do believe they did bring the GTR back about 2010-11 anyway, so I guess that does make sense. So that actually is a gripe that I took back. But yeah, mostly it was really just those two things. And also, I don't know if this is just because things changed with the FIA world back, like, since then, because I wasn't in the scene then to begin with. I mean, I jumped out of it and then recently just jumped back into it, but I wasn't in it at all back then. But he raced a car that, when I looked up the actual race, like the actual race at Le Mans, it was considered an LMP2 car, which was interesting to me because looking at what it was, it's a GR1 car, which would have been like an LMP1 back then, what the hybrid cars are now, the top category. So I was kind of curious about that as well. But other than those, like, three things, don't care. Like, phenomenal movie, 10 out of 10. Oh my god, you guys need to go see it. It was so great. But I'm going to quit rambling here, though, because it is a good place, I think, to end this part off here. So, if you guys did enjoy this episode, please leave a like down below. I greatly appreciate that. And click that subscribe button if you guys are new. And once again, like I said, please let me know some tips down in the comments if you guys have any about, like, tuning the cars with the transmissions, or, like, downforce, anything related to tuning a car. Definitely feel free to let me know. I'm so down to learn about more about that and about this game and everything. So, yeah. Oh, and also, I played with my audio from my Elgato a little bit, because when I was editing the last video that I actually needed to edit, I noticed that having my volume from my Elgato where it was really made the cars really loud and somewhat drowned my voice out a little bit. So I turned it down just a tad. Let me know what you guys think about that too, and if that's okay, down below as well, because I want to make sure that audio in every aspect of the video is good for you guys. But yeah, anyway, like I said, I'm gonna quit rambling here. I'm gonna go get ready to get this video edited and then finish my recordings for the day. So I will catch you guys next time. Take it easy, guys.